What's up, y'all? Welcome back to another episode of the Let's Get It Gaming Daily News with your boy JoJo for Wednesday, June 5th, 2024. We have 5 items on our list for today, all of which are moderately interesting. So let's jump in to story number 1. This comes from IGN's Wesley Yin Pool. The Last of Us 2 reportedly set for PC. PlayStation game The Last of Us 2 will see a release on PC according to a reliable leaker. DLab's reliable leaker, Bilby Kuhn, who has a long list of accurate PlayStation reveals under their belt, reported the PC version of Naughty Dog's The Last of Us 2 is essentially wrapped up, but is potentially being held back to coincide with the 2025 release of Season 2 of HBO's The Last of Us show. Sony is yet to comment. The Last of Us 2 first launched on PlayStation 4 in June 2020, before releasing on PS5 in remastered form in January 2024. A PC version of The Last of Us 2 would come as no surprise, given Sony has already released the first game on PC. The company's strategy to release its big single-player games on PlayStation consoles first before coming to PC later. The Last of Us launched on PC March 2023. Perhaps The Last of Us 2 will launch on PC in March 2025. Before then, Sony Santa Monica God of War Ragnarok launched on PC on September 19th, 2024. Live service PlayStation games, however, launched on PlayStation 5 and PC at the same time. Arrowhead's Helldivers 2 did exactly that earlier this year and went on to become the fastest-selling PlayStation game of all time with an incredible 12 million copies sold in just 12 weeks. The upcoming Concord, another live service shooter, is also set to launch on PS5 and PC on the same day later this year. It is worth noting that all PlayStation games on PC, even single-player only games, now require a PlayStation Network account to work, but much to the annoyance of some Steam users, God of War Ragnarok launched on PC with new PlayStation overlay features, shared trophies, and more that was introduced with the PC version of Ghost of Tsushima. Sony revealed PS5's upcoming slate during a May edition of State of Play. PS5 exclusive Astrobot stole the show, but there was also room for aforementioned Concord, Silent Hill 2 remake, and more. I just want to put this in there because I know The Last of Us TV show is phenomenal. I know the games are phenomenal. I know all those PC noobs want to play it. So it sounds like it will be coming to you guys sooner than later, whether it will be at the end of this year, the start of next year, or around the release of HBO is yet to be known. But either way, it is for sure coming to PC some point in the future. With that being said, let's jump into story number 2. This comes from IGN's Isaiah Colbert. Sony appears to be going the Helldivers 2 route for Concord's pricing based on a PS Store listing. Sony's upcoming team-based shooter Concord appears to be following the example of Helldivers 2 in having a more affordable price tag to garner interest. Although the United States PlayStation Store doesn't list Concord's price, eagle-eyed users on Reset Era spotted the game's listing on the Australian PlayStation Store with the help of some curious cursory currency conversions. $1 roughly equals $1.50 AUD. Users believe they have a ballpark of how much Concord will cost gamers in the United States. According to the Australian PlayStation Store listing, Concord, like with Helldivers 2 before it, will have a standard and digital deluxe edition that will run players roughly $59.95 and $94.95 Australian dollars. In layman's terms, Concord's standard deluxe edition price tag in the United States would be roughly $40 and $60 if directly converted to US pricing. If that price does pan out, it seems that Sony would be taking a page from Helldivers 2 smash success, which had similar asking price. It's little wonder, too, that Sony would want to follow Helldivers 2 example, considering the hit third-person shooter shoot up the charts as PlayStation's fastest-selling game of all time by selling over 12 million copies in the first 12 weeks. Though, as Reset Era user points out, Helldivers 2 Metacritic score, Metacritic success is thanks in large part to a word-of-mouth recommendations from players as well as its engrossing gameplay. This, coupled with Sony's lack of bigger PlayStation 5 exclusives, puts some pressure on Concord to recapture the same lightning in a bottle appeal appeal that Helldivers 2 did on launch, especially in the wake of Concord's extended showcase at the most recent State of Play. During Concord's reveal at the last year's State of Play, Firewalk Studios game director Ryan Ellis said that the 5v5 first-person shooter was designed to inspire social play. According to Ellis, players will be awaited by a new adventure every time they log in, and every match is an opportunity for a new story. Time will tell whether Concord lives up to the hype. Concord will release on August 23rd for PlayStation 5 and PC. A pre-launch beta is planned for July, sometime in July for both platforms. I just want to put this in here because I saw the trailer for Concord at the State of Play, and I think I'm in love with it. I know it's just a trailer, but I really, really actually want to play it. It surprises me because I am not a multiplayer game, but it looks sick. It sounds sick. It looks dope. And for a $40 price tag, you best believe I'm going to be jumping into that game. So that's awesome. That's hyped. I hope you guys are looking forward to Concord as much as I am, and maybe I will see y'all in the battlefield. Let's jump into story number 3. This comes from True Achievements. Tom West. Xbox reportedly preparing handheld console reveal for Xbox Games Showcase. We're just days away from Xbox Games Showcase on June 9th as part of the Summer Games Fest schedule. Along with the already known excitement, Microsoft is reportedly also gearing up to reveal an Xbox handheld console and shadow drop something from a first-party lineup. As reported by well-known leaker XLS on YouTube, Microsoft is preparing to reveal an Xbox handheld during the Xbox Game Showcase. The original report is in Spanish, but the Reddit user has translated extras for Extra One's video, which says Microsoft will tease an Xbox portable later this week. The report doesn't give us any more details than that, but a handheld Xbox console has been rumored for some time now. Back in March, Xbox boss Phil Spencer discussed his love for handheld systems, fueling the speculation even further. Alongside that, Extra Ones also suggest that Microsoft plans to shadow drop something from its first-party catalog during the show. We don't know what will be dropped yet, and likely won't until the showcase, but it'll reportedly be something everyone is expecting as seen from Xbox's upcoming lineup of games and DLC. This is awesome. This is actually crazy. I'm interested to see what they would do with a handheld. Like, I don't know if it would be a native, or you're a native handheld, like the Switch type of thing, where it's playing games directly on it, or if it's going to be like the PlayStation Portal's remote play device. And this is just a rumor, so there's a chance that it might not be there, probably won't be there, but it is an interesting rumor. I thought it was worth putting in this video, because I would definitely be curious to see, and it might almost be worth it depending on the price tag, especially if it works with like Game Pass and Steam and all that other craziness. If you get all of that in one little package on the go, I would be all in. But until then, let's jump into story number 4. This comes from GameSpot's Claire Lewis. Wonder Woman game reportedly having troubled development. Monolith Productions, the studio working on the current unnamed Wonder Woman game, may be struggling with the project, according to the Kinda Funny Gamescast host Greg Miller, who recently claimed the game's development is troubled. Shout out Greg Miller, shout out Kinda Funny, love their content. You guys should go check them out. Quality gentlemen, quality content, quality information. I don't know. All right. And quote, in the past year, because I'll have it ambiguous, I have talked to an insider who was like, the game's troubled, Miller said during a podcast episode focused on predictions for Summer Games Fest. That's it. That's all I'll say. So I don't hold hope that it's in a place to show something at Summer Games Fest, end quote. Just days after the podcast, Monolith has announced its hiring. Specifically, the studio is looking for someone to fill a role of a lead gameplay engineer, a fact that could lend credence to Miller's claims. The role of lead gameplay engineer requires quite a bit of experience and saddles whoever takes the position with a larger amount of responsibility as far as the game's development goes. That Monolith, which has been developing the Wonder Woman game since at least 2021, if not earlier, is looking to fill such a pivotal role this late into the games, could simply suggest that its previous occupant got a higher paying job offer at another studio, or simply felt ill-equipped for the role and left at their own volition. But it could also reflect how well the game's development is or isn't coming along. Monolith's Wonder Woman game was first unveiled at the Game Awards in 2021, although fans of the iconic heroine We're hoping to catch another glimpse of her during 2023's award ceremony. No information was revealed. In fact, the only other update we have on the state of the Wonder Woman game is Monolith's confirmation that it will not be a live service title, a rumor that started last year due to a different Monolith job posting. As such, any unverifiable information on the state of the game ought to be taken with a grain of salt. This is just want to put this out there because I thought it was worth putting in here. I would be interested in a Wonder Woman game. It's unfortunate that if the studio is having troubles, that it is having troubles. Hopefully they get it worked out. Hopefully a new lead game engineer will maybe bring it on track if it is off track at the very least. But like I said, this is kind of just a quote, rumor, a speculation. We don't have any confirmed details from Monolith themselves. Just the fact that they're looking for a new game engineer, or lead game engineer, excuse me. So that being said, maybe we'll get a surprise shadow drop at it at Summer Games Fest. I doubt it. I highly doubt it, but it would be nifty. It would be cool. It would be fun. But let's jump into our fifth and final story. HBO's The Last of Us Season 2 will be 7 episodes in length, Season 3 and 4 hinted. This comes from Inside Gaming, Tom Henderson. In a new interview with Deadline, HBO's The Last of Us showrunners Craig Mazin and Neil Druckmann have given significant updates on the series, including a hint of Season 4. In the interview, it was first revealed that The Last of Us Season 2 would have 7 episodes total, but the showrunners implied that the third season would be significantly bigger. The story material that we got from part 2 of the game is way more than the story material that was in the first game, so part of what we had to do from the start was figure out how to tell the story across seasons, Mazin said. When you do that, you look at neutral breakpoints, and as we laid it out, the season then the national breakpoint felt like it came after 7 episodes. Maxon confirmed, we don't think that we're going to be able to tell their stories even within 2 seasons, 2 and 3, because we're taking our time and go down interesting pathways, which we did a little bit in season 1 too. We feel like it's almost surely going to be the case that as long as people keep watching and we can keep making more television, season 3 will be significantly larger, and indeed the stories may require season 4, he concluded. So there you have it. It does seem that as long as the interest and viewership are still there, we could be heading for 4 seasons total of HBO's The Last of Us. Of course, many will speculate on what that means for significant characters' death from the game. Spoilers ahead. I will not read that portion. But either way, this is interesting news. I knew they were going to do obviously we knew they were doing a second season. I knew it was a rumored for the third, but the fourth is interesting. I loved The Last of Us Part 2. I genuinely am curious to see how they're going to plot out season 2 based off of how part 2 played out. Because part 2 is quite long. If I remember correctly, I think it's like a 15 hours, something like that, and maybe even more, 20 hours. With a lot of branching storylines that a lot of people didn't like in the game version, which I will counter and very much enjoyed, and I thought it was done very well, and I got excited whenever transitions happened in the game. So I'm curious to see where these natural transitions will be in the show, if they're going to cut them off at big points big moments in the game, or if they're going to kind of split the stories into 2 or 3 separate stories to build up to a conclusion. Either way, it will be interesting to see what they do, and I cannot wait to see where it takes us and it takes this Last of Us adventure. But with that, this is going to do it for this episode of the Let's Get It Gaming Daily News with your boy JoJo for Wednesday, June 5th, 2024. I do apologize if I sound terrible. I feel terrible, but I wanted to get some content out for you guys. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, hit that like button, give me that subscribe, hit that little notification so I know when the next video comes out. So you know when the next video comes out. I know when it comes out because I'm recording and posting them, but you guys don't. So if you want to find that out for sure, hit the little notification bell. Once again, thank you all for watching. And remember, I love you, I appreciate you, and I respect you. And I'll catch y'all in the next one. And keep on gaming. Peace.